Hi guys, welcome to our little mini lesson on talk and action where we're going to learn about our characters. So before we do that, I'm going to go full screen. If you think of a person you know, say me, as a character in a book, what do you know about me? Kind of nothing. You really don't know anything except maybe my name once the author gives you that name. In real life, you get to know people a little bit differently than you do in a book, but maybe not. Maybe it's actually pretty similar because the way you get to know somebody in real life is talking to them, watching the decisions they make, seeing what they do, which, I mean, really, that's not that different than what you do in a book. So, what you might know about me as a person in real life, if I were a character, you could know that I'm patient, mostly. You could know that I'm bold, that I'm nerdy, that I love coffee. I love working with kids. Has ridiculously broad taste in music. I like to try new things. I'm easily distracted. I'm kind of like organized chaos. And I'm super empathetic. But how do you know those things? Well, okay, so by talking to me, by listening to what I say, and by observing what I do. So, how would you know that I'm maybe patient without somebody just telling you that? And even if somebody tells you that, that doesn't necessarily make it true. So, somebody could say, oh man, yeah, Mrs. Johnson's really patient. But if you haven't seen it for yourself, you don't really have much reason to believe that. You don't have a lot of evidence. So, what's some evidence that I'm patient? Well, I made you some lists here. Okay, so for patients, you might see and maybe hear that I'm patient from me by me sitting and working with kids and not giving up on them and continuing to sit there even though it's frustrating, even though it takes a long time. That would be a way that you could see patience in me. For being bold, you might see me or hear me speaking up about things that matter, things that I care about, and I'm not afraid to maybe raise a fuss sometimes. So that could be that characteristic of boldness. For nerdiness, excitement over obscure facts. So if you were writing me as a character in a book, you might have me as a character get super excited over something about Latin or something just that most people maybe wouldn't know or really wouldn't care about that I do. That would be kind of a way to show that I'm a little bit nerdy. For liking coffee, I mean, you would have me as a character drinking coffee all the time, which I do in real life. So, loving working with kids, working with kids a lot. I have a pattern of jobs, which if I was writing myself as a character, I would talk about all the jobs that I've had in the past where I've worked with kids and how I keep coming back to that type of job. So that would be a way to show or to see that I like to work with kids. And then next one was ridiculously broad taste in music. So I listen to classical, hip hop, alternative, rock, heavy metal, pop, folk, country, musical theater. And if I was a character, you could include that and show the readers without telling them in like a really boring way. Oh yeah, Mrs. Johnson has a ridiculously broad taste in music. Okay, great, but show me. I'd rather see the character doing things and hearing it from their own mouths through dialogue, through actions. So the next one, liking to try new things. I'm frequently trying new exercise classes. That's like kind of a thing I like to do. And new foods and traveling new places, trying new hobbies. All actions that you would be able to see me doing, evidence of a trait or characteristic. Being easily distracted. It's true. You'll see it in my actions. Like I start something and then I forget. And sometimes I have to be reminded at all times to come back to it. I think a lot of us can relate to that. Organized chaos. So I I have a lot of like clutter stuff. Like if you look at my desk, there's a lot of stuff there, but I know what's there and I can find stuff. And to me, it is organized, and that's just the way my brain is. I'm thinking of so many things so much of the time, and that's reflected in my surroundings and how I do things. And my last one was I'm super empathetic. So something, if you were writing a character, if you're observing a character, asked to write about a character, empathy would be shown. For me, it's that I'm really good at figuring people out, and then I try really hard to help that person. And another trait of an empathetic person is that if somebody else is hurting, I'm hurting too. Even if I haven't necessarily been through what they're going through, their pain is my pain. So that's all stuff that you can see in me as a person, like in real life, but also that you could include to make my character in a book or movie realistic and whole. And that's the stuff you'd be looking for if a teacher were to ask you to make a list or to describe somebody. That's what you're looking for. Okay, so I mean, I know that was a lot about me, so let's get off of me for a second here. Moving on, talking about characters in action. Here we go. I hope. Come on. Okay, so our learning target for today is I want you to be able to describe a character by noticing how they talk to character. So that's that dialogue. So let's take a look at Aunt Minnie. Just looking at examples 1 and 2, you can see where she's saying, Kermit, you get back to bed right now. Do you hear me? Aunt Minnie says. And then also in blue at the top, it says, Doc Parrish said you are supposed to take a nap every day. And then for number 2, it says, the next thing I know, sorry, I'm not going to read all that, just the highlighted part. Aunt Minnie just stands there, her mouth growing tighter and tighter like a rubber band, until finally she snaps and hollers, that's it! You kids get out of this house and take those animals with you before I smack every last one of you. Okay, so what can we tell about Aunt Minnie from her dialogue? Just what she's saying, that's in blue. And then from her actions, that's in the yellow. So it's already up there. You can see it. But Aunt Minnie, from just that little piece that we took a look at, you can tell she's stern, she's strict. She seems like she cares, though. You know, she wants Kermit to get back to bed because she's worried about his heart. So you describe her as caring, but also overwhelmed. She has all these kids are running around. It's crazy. She has a lot to worry about, a lot to do. She's feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so just looking at those thoughts and actions. So what you can do from that, let me move me over here. Okay, so you can jot a description of the character. Use evidence from the story to support your thinking. So I did this, well, actually I didn't do this. Someone at the district level did this for Aunt Minnie, kind of jotting things about her, saying Aunt Minnie is stern and strict. She seems to have rules she expects the kids to follow. Sometimes she snaps at them when she's overwhelmed or worried about them. She needs to be strict with so many kids, or things can get crazy or chaotic, like the time in Turtle's new room. They were all chasing after Smokey and yelling at each other. In addition, she is a caring person because she wants to be sure Kermit is following the doctor's orders and taking care of his health. So just from those few things we pulled out, you can get a lot of information about this character and kind of get an idea of what motivates her. Okay, so you try it. Jot a description of Turtle or Beans from Turtle in Paradise from what we've read so far. Include evidence from the text to support your thinking. So if you're describing, we'll say, for Aunt Minnie, if you're talking about her being caring, find a good example. Where was it that you felt like she was being caring? Or for Turtle and Beans, find that evidence. Find something they did or something they said specifically in a chapter to use as your evidence. All right, so there you are, guys. Good luck with today's assignment. I hope you are enjoying the book so far. I'm enjoying reading it to you. Okay, and have a great day.